This is where I disagree with Sanders because I think this is the biggest game of the weekend. Chiefs at Cowboys, two teams that have no room for error at this point. The Chiefs are 6-5. The Cowboys are 5-1. The vibes feel a little different around these teams, I will say. It feels like the Chiefs are hanging on for dear life, and the Cowboys is kind of like, oh, have they found a little something? They got a little momentum. The Quinnen Williams trade, is that really going to help out their defense? It has so far. That offense is still humming. George Pickens' trade has proven to be amazing. I was skeptical of it. I apologize. George, don't come beat me up because you potentially would. What a game. Kansas City is favored by 3 on the road.
Actually, he does.
What is peekaboo?
That's his first down celebration this year. It's been.
I mean, that's a pretty good first down. So he's hit it a lot.
Yes.
So he's been phenomenal. Y'all's thoughts on this game?
Yeah, Sanders, you didn't hear my big speech, and actually most of the country didn't hear it either because we were going through computer audio at that point.
Apparently it sounded like we were in a tunnel.
It was pretty bad.
It was
funny.
It was coming through the computer audio, sadly, computer microphone.
Just give it again with a good mic.
But yes, that's what I'm going to do right now. Kansas City beat Indianapolis. There's no way to deny that. They shut down Jonathan Taylor. There's no way to deny that either. Jonathan Taylor had 16 carries for 58 yards. They forced Daniel Jones to beat him. No way to deny that. Daniel Jones started 10 for 11, finished 19 for 31. They played with true desperation, won the game. They forced Indianapolis, the best offense in the league coming into that game, to have 4 straight 3-and-outs on their last 4 drives. That being said, the run game worked visually. Do you think Kareem Hunt ran the ball well on Sunday?
Yeah.
He had 104 yards. He had 30 carries.
Schubert.
He had 30 carries on the ground. Kansas City had 33 first downs to Indianapolis's 10. 91 plays to Indy's 50. 346 passing yards to Indy's 181. 148 on the ground, Indy 74. A 17-minute time of possession edge. They won the penalty battle. Shocker. It's Kansas City. 7 penalties for 57 yards to 11 for 83. They were better on third down. They were perfect on fourth down, 2 for 2. On top of all of that, they were at home in Arrowhead. It played a huge factor, and yet it still went to overtime. It was a game controlled by Indianapolis for much of the entire game, and Kansas City was forced into 5 field goals with this electric offense, and they won on a game-winning field goal in overtime. I don't get how then the people are now saying today, Chris Broussard said, what they showed is they are championship medaled. Nick Wright said, come at the king, you best not miss. Vegas and the people, because the people are a part of this, Kansas City is the 3rd best odds to win the Super Bowl. They're the 10 seed in the AFC right now and are 6-5. It is week 12, meaning that there is no way to argue it. That game was played like a playoff game. It was announced like a playoff game. The crowd cheered like a playoff game. It was presented by CBS as a playoff game. It is week 12. You're going to tell me that they have to go play and win because they have to win pretty much every game going forward. 10 more playoff games in a row. I refuse to believe it. And all of that being said, for them to be the Super Bowl third best odds to win the Super Bowl right now is diabolical because they are 1-4 on the road this year. They're going to have to go on the road all 3 games.
Sure. I don't think they should be 3rd best, but I will say a lot of teams up near the top have struggled.
Sure.
So I think it's kind of hard to find people that have really separated themselves. I just don't think Kansas City should be 3rd because Kansas City for sure has not separated themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Every team above Kansas City, you got the top 3, New England, Denver, Indianapolis, who I think are the 3 teams that I will not say have not struggled because Indianapolis just lost to Kansas City, but
Denver struggles every week.
Yeah, but they still
rolls
win.
out there.
Not in the fourth quarter, they don't.
They struggle.
That anyway. But below that, you've got the Ravens at 4, who are 6-5, and they've had their struggles with defense. Maybe that's fixed now. Who knows? You got the Chargers at 5, who do not have an offensive line. You got the Jaguars at 6.
They do have an offensive line. They have 5 guys out there every week. That's an offensive line.
When you say 5 guys, you talking about like former employees of 5 guys?
No,
or?
like 5 guys, 5 NFL players And so I really think Herbert just needs to be doing more. He has an offensive line.
I can't disagree with that. And then
Bad
the,
take.
The seventh
Bad
team,
take. And then the seventh team is the the sixth team is the Jaguars, who you've lost a tiebreaker to, but who knows what the Jaguars are. Buffalo Bills at 7.
I know what the Jaguars are.
Maybe you do. You might be in the minority of people who know
Goofballs.
the Jaguars.
You just named Chargers, Jaguars, Bills. They are already a game behind each of them, and they
Yeah.
have lost the head-to-head to all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Meaning they are 2 games behind.
Yeah.
They got to win every game going forward, and that is why I am outraged with the way.
But I think Jack's point is you may not have to win every game going forward because there's a real chance the Bills drop like 3 or 4 more games.
You have to win close, though. And I mean, I think that is what's crazy about them
And
being,
you play the Chargers again, so you're only 1 game behind them if you win that game.
as I defended them being third, though I don't agree. I kind of defend the logic. It is kind of crazy that their third best odds and their percent chance to make the playoffs is got to be under 50%
I think it's like 50-50.
or 50-50.
Coming into this game, it was 54%, so I imagine it's 57%.
Like, it'd be crazy to bet on the team that has the third highest
Yep.
odds to win the Super Bowl when you're not even sure they're going to make the playoffs.
Can I bet for them to not win the Super Bowl?
You won't get the same kind of odds. You won't get. The
I
same
don't care
kind of
what
juice.
the odds are. They're not winning the Super Bowl.
I don't know if that's available. Look, I say all of that, and I give that big speech to say that once again, I don't know if you've heard this. You have seen the text. If Kansas City wins the Super Bowl, I will wear old piss gear on this show.
I need to tweet that. I'm tweeting that. I need to tweet that.
3 straight times. 3 straight shows. I will wear old piss gear on this show. Also, make a TikTok out of that, please.
Out of the tweet or out of just that?
Out of this, and you can make it the tweet as part of it as well.
Yeah.
Regardless, Kansas City comes into a game where they play the Dallas Cowboys, who just pulled off the comeback over Philly, down 21-0, scoring 24 unanswered. We'll talk about Philly in a second. But of this game, Vegas shows correctly the Kansas City is only a 3-point favorite in this game, meaning it's essentially a coin flip for who wins this game. With the way Dallas has played offensively, you have to wonder if Kansas City is going to have trouble with that. They're not going to be able to show up and stop the run because Dallas doesn't like to run the ball. They like to use George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson. And so that, I think, could be a potential problem for Kansas City.
Sure.
The one difference, though, and that is the X factor, is what it was in the Indianapolis game. If Chris Jones dominates again, it's a different story. But this, again, will continue to build as we get further down in the season. They're going to have to play with the same amount of desperation and everything on the line that they played with last week for 10 to 11 straight weeks. That is going to grind on them, and they are going to fail at some point. I think they fail on Thursday against Dallas. I think Dallas's high-power offense is going to be a problem for Kansas City.
Yeah.
You could argue Kansas City won't have the same problems offensively that they had against Indy, but I don't know. We've seen 2 games from Dallas so far, and we said the same thing about the Ravens of, we've only seen 2 games. We're not sure their defense is really performing well. Well, the 5 straight games the Ravens have held their opponent under 20 points. Not that different of a talent profile, I'd argue, with the injuries that the Ravens have had. Of course, Dallas doesn't have a Kyle Hamilton, but they do have Quinnen Williams, and Quinnen Williams has been excellent in his 2 games. And so maybe we'll say the same thing about Dallas, especially when they play and are playing with so much emotion because of the passing of Marshawn Nealon. All of that being said, I'm going to split down the middle of you two. Sanders thinks Packers-Lions is the biggest game. Jack thinks this is the biggest game. I think it's a coin flip. I think they're both just as big
Sure, that's fair.
for me, and I can't wait for this one. As both of my second teams, I'd say. But I guess I'm also a Seahawks fan, too.
And a Raiders fan. Don't forget the Raiders.
And a Raiders fan.
Is that fandom gone, though?
I do like Philly. I'm still a Geno Smith guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
And a
like
Jaguars
I like
fan.
Ashton Genty. I am a Jaguars fan. I do like the Eagles.
Would it be easier to name the teams you don't like?
The Chiefs.
And the
The
Falcons,
Falcons,
the Bucks,
and
the
the
Panthers.
Panthers.
It's
I don't mind
it's the
Tampa
Chiefs.
Bay, Carolina.
Really? But they're one of your division rivals.
I don't like them when we play them.
You really don't like
Other than
any
that,
team
I
when you
like
play 'em.
Baker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. All that being said, I can't wait to cheer for Dak in Dallas on Thursday, and I hope he gets another win on Thanksgiving. Dallas, that was not. This isn't has no impact on the game, but that was Dak's 19th straight win at home over a divisional opponent.
Shout out Dak.
Over
That's
Philly.
crazy.
He has lost just 3 times ever against a divisional opponent at home.
Protecting Jerry World.
He protects Jerry World, and especially in division. I think he'll protect Jerry World on Thursday, but it's not my right to pick first. It's Sanders.
Well, knowing which he's going to pick. No, I'm kidding.
You don't know that yet.
Uh,
The pyramid makes my pick, actually.
true. Let me just take a quick peek at the pyramid.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
pyramid. What
Uh,
wisdom do you have for me today?
I love it. It's funny because JP makes the pyramid was like it's not like it's a model. It's
Yeah,
just,
correct.
JP's just like I think this team is the best team. That's
Yeah.
one. These 2 teams, and so when you use it as betting advice, you're like, let's reference the pyramid. It's like let's just reference what I think.
It's what I think.
But
and
when
I
you
just
label
assign
it
a
as
value.
something
It's a good
fancy.
check and balance, though. You know.
Yeah, let's go label these power rankings that I've developed by just ranking the teams I think are best.
I put it in a data value of how much I think this team is better than the other team, is what it is.
It's a good check and balance. It keeps them from getting overzealous.
Because, like, I think.
But where's no one's checking or balancing him? It's
But
just him.
because he can't be like, oh man, I really like this team in the moment, or be like, oh, this gap is crazy big, and the pyramid would be like, no, it's really not that big. This is the gap.
Like, I really like the Rams. I think they're the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then there's Tampa Bay. I think they're better than Tampa Bay. How much better are they? That's
Yeah.
what the pyramid is for.
Yeah. For all we know, he gets the pyramid from somewhere. He like goes out.
He might just be stealing like somebody else.
Power
Well,
rankings.
Not even that, but like he goes out to the woods.
Oh, also true.
There's like a shaman or something, and he's like, "Do you have the pyramid?" And he's
I
like,
pray to the Lord.
Yes. Oh.
I am gonna pick Kansas City to cover the 3 in this game. It is still 3, right? So like we could have a push potentially.
Let me double check for you because it could have changed through the night.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
been a minute.
It is 3. It opened at
All
4.5 in favor of Kansas City.
chronic gamblers up at 12:50 in the morning sports betting.
It's when the lines move in the morning hours.
like this morning or like in like 9 a.m., 10 a.m.
The wee morning.
In the wee morning. Like in 5 hours, it'll move.
Well, yeah. I hope we're not still live in 5 hours.
We will be here waiting. For
I
the
might
line
still
to
be
move.
up. I still gotta edit all the videos.
I have to get
Yeah,
up.
let's just hang around and wait for them. I'm gonna pick Kansas City to cover 3. I hope we don't get a push because I don't have ties built into the spreadsheet right now.
Valid.
That is valid.
Yeah, I think if it tied, I might just. Oh, I would just take the game out. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fair. It
We would
doesn't
only
really-
have picked 2.
Yeah.
We would only have picked 2 games this week.